Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we got something pretty cool to show you. For those of you guys that have experienced this before, you've probably seen it happen. I know I have. Back your boat down to the trailer, the boat's dry, the trailer's dry, and you just can't get the boat off the trailer because there's too much friction. The boat just doesn't want to slide off the bump, so you got to back the trailer down a little deeper, try again, back the trailer down a little deeper, try again. Eventually, it's successful getting the boat off the trailer. But a lot of times that's difficult because it puts your tow vehicle in the water. And I don't know about you, but I hate salt water getting on my wheels, my brakes, all of those things. So today's video, we're going to show you a solution that we have found that will make this a lot easier process for you. Hopefully, well, you don't even have to back your tow vehicle into the water. It's a DIY project. You can do it yourself, just a few minutes at home. So stick with us. Got lots to show you today. All right. Well, the solution that we've come up with, it's called the Bunk Slide. You may have seen these before. Maybe you haven't. It's a polymer piece of material. It's roughly 15.5 inches long, 3.5 inches wide. This attaches to your trailer bunk. Do a bunch of these and your trailer becomes slippery. Makes it much easier to get on and off of your trailer. By the way, this is good for any boat. So regardless if you've got jet boat, outboard power boat, inboard boat, whatever you got, PWC, this works for all trailers. And today we're going to show you the installation procedure too to kind of help you out with this. So let's jump into a couple tools you're going to need first. It's really simple. First off, I would recommend you having a tape measure handy. This just helps you with your spacing. Also going to need a drill with a Phillips head drill bit, hot battery. Each kit is sold in a pack of 10. It also comes with 60 stainless steel screws. So these are the good kind of screws you want. Aren't going to be rusting, leaving rust streaks down your trailer. So for this trailer today, it's got 4 bunks. They're roughly 10 feet long each. So we're going to use 2 packs of 10 for this particular trailer. You may have a boat that doesn't require that many, but whatever the case, our website will put some details inside the description to kind of help you make your decision. But let's go ahead and jump right in here. I want to show you a couple of tips that we found maybe make it helpful for you to do your installation. So every boat trailer is going to be a little different with the length of your bunks, but for our particular boat, we are doing this for a Sea-Doo Switch 18-footer. So this bunk on the outside here, which is where I'm going to start, is right at 10 feet long. I've already done the measurements ahead of time. I can start my first bunk slide on the end about here, kind of flush with the end, maybe in a 1/4 inch or so. And I can put my second one down on the end here, centering, leaving maybe a 1/4 inch off the end. And then my spacings are roughly 10 inches-ish between. Again, centering the part on the bunk. As we go down, it should equal 5 for this one and 5 for this one, and of course 5 and 5 for there. And by the way, before I get started, let me show you a couple of interesting things here. So this part is machined specifically for this job. So you notice you've got some raised spots and you've got some recessed spots. You've got your holes that are countersunk, and those holes are countersunk, so when you tighten the screw down, that screw's not going to be sticking up and possibly damaging your hull. So lots of material left in there for a good hold down. We've got 6 holes per part, so you've got a lot of attachment points. Still plenty thick there. And this is marine rated material called Starboard. So this is kind of like Cadillac brand. It's your kind of the higher end quality. So it's going to last forever. So once again, I'm going to kind of orient in the center. I'll probably back it off from the edge of that board there, maybe 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Just kind of get it centered. We don't need to pre-drill. There we go. Just a nice firm connection there. I'm going to put one in the opposite corner. There we go. We'll repeat that step 120 times. Something else that's important to talk about, we put some chamfers on the ends of this part. So right here on this edge and on this edge. That way, if there's ever a occurrence where the boat hits the edge, it's not going to try to rip the part off. All right, that one is on. I'm going to put the back one on here. On these outer bunks, the spacing is going to be right at 10 inches. Those inner bunks, we're going to space approximately 7 inches because those boards are about 9 feet long instead of this 10-foot long board. Also, I think at this moment I can ask you, if you've gotten any value out of our channel, maybe if you learned something about your boat, maybe learn something about these products, if you do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It'd really be helpful. Helps us get into YouTube's algorithm, helps more people find our videos, and that helps us keep making great quality videos like this. Really appreciate that. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. Again, on this inside bunk here, this is 9 feet long, so we're going to be roughly 7-inch spacing. That doesn't have to be the spacing, that's just the spacing I chose because of my particular trailer. If you've got a shorter bunk or a longer bunk, you can kind of work out the math for yourself. We just like to have some spacing there. We don't want to cover every single square inch because it could get expensive doing that. As I'm completing this install, a couple of pointers that I've kind of learned in the process of drilling in these 120 screws. You don't want to over tighten these screws because you can pull the head of this screw all the way through the part. So don't do that. Make sure you do tighten the screw down securely though, because you don't want the screw head sticking up, potentially coming into contact with your hull. We've now got all of them secured, ready to go test. We're going to go land the boat on the trailer, and then we're going to take the boat and we're going to back it down and hopefully see where it slides right off. That's incredible. Just winch this up with one hand and the boat's halfway out of the water. All right, so now that we have the bunk slides on, we're gonna relaunch. And I wanna show you real fast how easy it is to get the boat off the trailer. Also, it's really super important. If you don't hear anything I say throughout this whole video, hear this. Now that we have the slides on, this boat's gonna wanna run off this trailer. So if you disconnect the strap now, there's a good chance the boat's gonna end up on the ramp. You don't wanna be that guy. So back the boat all the way down into the water where you want to launch. Then you can come up front, release the strap. That way if it slides back, you know you're gonna be floating, you're not gonna damage your boat. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in, we're gonna back up and show you how fast it slides off. Unreal. So for this particular boat, this has been a problem. We have seen that you really have to back the tow vehicle way down in the water. For saltwater guys, that's a big problem. Look at the vehicle right now. It's well outside the water. No chance of getting salt on your rotors, anything on, back by the bumper there. So that's just huge. Simple do-it-yourself install makes this super, super simple. For questions about this install, hit us up. Comments below, I'll be glad to answer those questions for you. Also, if you're looking to get your hand on a set of these trailer bunk slides, we'll put a link in the description below. You can find them at JetBoatPilot.com. And again, if you like this content, if it's been helpful to you in any way, please do us a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. That helps us get into YouTube's algorithm. Obviously helps us keep on making great content and products like these. And by the way, if you like this video, check this one out.